Hello, it's Kirk Honeycutt for The Hollywood Reporter. It's the end of the year, which is time to look back and think about the best films. And I was very torn in my own case about which film I thought was the best film of 2008. Torn between two films, Slumdog Millionaire from Danny Boyle and Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. I went with Slumdog Millionaire because you have to have a number one. And I guess the reason was it's a bit of an underdog film and it's about an underdog character, and I kind of like that film, although of course The Dark Knight is about an outsider too, the Batman. But Batman is a film with a lot of money thrown at it, a lot of ingenuity. It is like a Martin Scorsese film about crime and corruption, and it talks about these issues in a very intelligent way, and it's really exciting.
The night is darkest just before the dawn. I promise you, the dawn is coming.
Slumdog, which I did pick as number one, is about a young man who's on a quiz show in India, and it goes back into his life about how he would answer these questions and how each question refers to his life. It has a sense of the vitality of that city and the vitality of the residents of Mumbai in a way I don't even see in Indian films. And maybe it took an outsider, a Brit, Danny Boyle, to bring this all together. Another film that a lot of people are talking about now is Wall-E. The LA Film Critics even made it their top film of the year. I felt it should be the top animated film of the year, but it certainly plays like a top film. It just has all the things going for it you want in a movie, whether it's animation or live action. And it's Pixar at its best. Number three in the list is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. David Fincher has taken an F. Scott Fitzgerald story, or the framework of a story about a man aging backwards, and married special effects, makeup effects, visual effects to real character development. Brad Pitt has always been probably a better actor than he gets credit for. This is a pure acting exercise where you have to think about where you are in a man's life, what you're trying to do within a scene, and it is really an extraordinary effort on Brad Pitt's part.
Well, look at you. You're so lovely.
Number four is Frozen River, a film that first emerged in January at the Sundance Film Festival. And it's a marvelous character study about two women who are smuggling human beings out the Canadian-American border that manages to work without much dialogue at all for the first 40-45 minutes. It truly shows how universal filmmaking can be. You don't need subtitles.
There's only 600 here.
You want to make a change now?
I want the rest.
You're gonna get us all killed.
I don't want any trouble from him, Lila.
You know, critics often kind of bemoan the influence of comics and comic books on film, I among them, and yet I think three films we saw this year showed how extraordinary they can be. These would be Dark Knight, Iron Man, and even Wall-E, which is a comic or a cartoon. These were really good films. And that was probably, I think, the biggest revelation of this year, that comic book movies can be extraordinary. On the other hand, a film like The Spirit shows how bad these movies can be if they don't have someone behind the camera that knows what he's doing. It follows comic book rules and not movie rules, and I think the thing that was achieved by the people who made Wall-E, Iron Man, and The Dark Knight is that they were movies. They weren't comic book movies. So that's my top five for 2008, and it's on to 2009. This is Kirk Honeycutt for The Hollywood Reporter.